late this morning, but eyes here. Eyes here. Yep. Monday morning, ready for all the stuff. Ready to see what the market has to do. What the market is going to do, what it wants to do, yada, 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 yada. All right. Let me get my microphone together so we can make sure that we are here. We're here. Let the platform tell all the people good morning. I'm a little behind. I had to talk with the children this morning. They needed a emergency mama talk this morning. So that's what we did. Had a little talk real quick. My daughter had to update us on some stuff. So that's why I was a little tardy to the party, because I was talking to the childrens. Okay, so let's see. We the overnight. Let's go. I'm going straight to the charts so you can see what the overnight was looking like though. Okay, let me change this to the ES. We can see what ES had going. We can actually see SPX 500. Let me see, which one do I want? I can change the screen. Let me share. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning in the Educator to Trader and the E2T crew. We're going to do the pre-market talk this morning and check out these charts. Let me present the screen. Let me get the right screen presenting. I got picture in the picture. It's like, what you want me to show? Share screen. Número dos. Come on, baby. Going slow in here this morning. There we go. Share the screen, please. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, Marsha. Hey, DJ. Hey, my day. How we doing this morning? It's good old Monday. Good old Monday morning. This is ES. Why do we still have that same look happening right there? That looked like it was the way it looked last night. SPX 500. I might need to go over to Thinkorswim. Look at it there. This is SPX 500. 58.25 down here. Looked like it might have been the recovery zone. Down there, 58.22. Recovered, nice little dip. This candle, what do candles do? This was Monday, January the 13th. Where is we? Why is this not showing where we currently are? Am I on the daily chart? Oh, that's why. Let me get into a chart that shows some stuff that happened overnight. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. That daily chart ain't going to show us nothing. Okay, so here we go. We got a chart that we can work with now. The third, which is today. There we go. Let's get us some charting on here. All right. Looks like the 59.12. This is SPX 500 was there. That was the third, which is this morning. Hit and it moved on up from there. I've heard that the tariffs got delayed until March the 1st. So that may allow for some recovery. Looks like the 59.35 is also a support area. Still got a lot of red over here in the time frame continuity. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we trade today. But I not that I'm, an investment advisor, because I'm not, but I totally see this starting to recover, that this dip will be bought up just like the previous dips have been bought up. And these gaps are going to fill. Now, what time, the timing of a gap fill, we'll wait and see, right? Good morning. Good morning, Yusuf. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning, Janae. We'll see what kind of, I turned off the sound. I hope y'all can hear me, which I'm sure you can, but.
It shows the direction.
There we go. I knew there was something playing in the background. Here we go. Now let's turn that back on. I knew there was something going, and that ain't what we're after. Okay, so this is SPY. SPY should be in the fives. I think it's, do I have extended hours on? Regular trading hours. Let me turn on the extended so we can see what happened in the pre-market. But you see it's kind of dancing down around here. 590, I believe, is some support. And it's dipped down and decided to go a little further. Let's put us from what we can see here, there is some support at 591 and some change, but maybe it'll hit this support area and going on, right? I don't know where that support area was derived from, but if I was to change it to a daily chart, I bet I could find it, because 590 was on my chart from a long time ago, maybe, well, at least before today. It was on my chart from at least before today. Yep. Let's look at triple Q, see what it's got going. Triple Q, dip, bought up, went right down into that gap, came up. It's kind of consolidating in this area, but the dip went down as low as 508. Right now we're hovering in the 513 area. Yep. For those who got stuff you love, dip buying, we know is a thing. So put your money on the wood, as they say. This is IWM down at 221. We know we talked about IWM last night on our call, so we'll see what IWM offers us. We may have us some opportunities there. Looks like some put credit spreads, because these gaps that were created from previous times are going to need a filling. They're going to want to be filled. Right, so we're trading what we see. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're trading what we see. Oh, I wanted to see the VIX. Let me go to finance so I can see the VIX. Finance, Yahoo. The VIX is at 19.7 right now. This morning, 19.7. Y'all know I don't really like to be a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes these drops be suspect. Like, and the tariffs may be the reason, but the drops are suspect. Because in order for price to drop like this, that means people who own lots of shares have to sell them like all at the same time in order for it to drop. This isn't regular. This is like institutional selling that has to drop the prices like this. This is not regular everyday folks like us. Institutional selling drops the prices. How does that happen? Over the weekend, over the time when you don't have any options contracts on per se, and it drops and then it hits a spot, then it gets low enough, and those same people who sold at one place go back and buy more, because the only way the price moves back up is somebody has to go buy it. That's the only way price starts to recover, if somebody buys it. Right. So when we look here where the price drops, and it dips off to, this IWM 220, and it gets bought at 220, like almost to the dollar, because there is no lower wick there. It gets bought at 220 and some change, and then starts to recover. The only way this green candle happens is somebody buys it at that green candle. These are, options contracts don't move this. And even options contracts are closed in the post-market and pre-market. You can't even do options. But for it to drop and do this and then pick back up and recover, that's money. That's big dollar bills. And it all happens at the same time in every stock all over the place. Come on, sis. God, we know a little bit more than that. Okay, let's keep going, because I won't get stuck there. Stock futures sink after Trump brings in sweeping tariffs. Dow futures are over 500 points lower after Trump hit Canada, Mexico, and China with hefty duties. Bill Gates on trying asset, the future of AI. What? Trying asset. And Trump's healthcare focus. Auto giants and big tech slide after the tariffs. Wall Street flocks to soaring dollar amid Trump tariffs. Investors bet Musk and Tesla will make a fortune under Trump. Robinhood enters sports betting with Super Bowl contracts. Oh, goodness. Robinhood is going into all the places. AMD earnings ahead. AI bets face scrutiny amid big tech switch. S&P 500 will sink as Trump's tariffs hit earnings. Goldman Sachs says, okay, so there's all of that, okay? There's that. Now let's go see what the CNBC has to say. Come on, CNBC. Let's see what you got to say. Nope, not you. You. Dow futures slammed by 500 points after Trump hits candidacy. Everybody's saying it's all with the tariffs, and that's probably going to be the word of the week. Word of the week is going to be tariffs. And our pre-market, our Dow futures are down 663, S&P futures down 102, NASDAQ futures down 392. Oil is still green. Remember, I mentioned in our chat that oil and energy seems to still be on the rise, up $2 or up 2 points. And U.S. 10-year bonds are down, barely down, right? Yeah, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this some of this stuff seems a little suspect. European markets sink after fresh Trump tariff threats. Volkswagen is down 7%. Everything over in Europe is red, down at least 1%. Some stuff is down 1.7. DAX is. Looking at Asia, everything's red over there as well. Some of the Hang Seng and Shanghai are barely red. The Nikkei is down 2.6, Nifty 50 down 0.52, and ASX 200 down 1.79. Asia Pacific market slide after Donald Trump sweeping tariffs on several countries. All right. What did they say about crypto? All the crypto is also down. Bitcoin's down into the 94,000s. Ether is at down 14%. Solana's down 6%. Dogecoin down 11%. And XRP down 16%. Bitcoin drops. Ether slammed after Trump's tariffs cause global risk-off move. CNBC said it's a drug war instead of a trade war. I think they're going to back off. Yeah, it's a lot. So there's that. What's happening this morning? Monday morning, we've got OPEC, JMMC meetings. It's happening all day. 9:45, we've got final manufacturing PMI. 10 o'clock, we've got manufacturing PMI. That's a red folder there at 10 o'clock. All day, we got vehicle sales. Bostic from the FOMC is going to speak at 12:30, and then Musalim is going to speak at 6:30. Tomorrow morning, we got Jolt's job openings. So if you're swinging something overnight, you want to keep that in mind. It's 10 o'clock tomorrow in the morning. That's going to happen. Wednesday morning before market, we've got farm employment data before market open. Thursday before market open, unemployment claims. And Friday before market open, we've got average hourly earnings and non-farm employment unemployment rate. So there's things happening all week in the midst of all the tariffs. Another thing that is, of course, going on is earnings. We've got lots of earnings happening. Lots of earnings. SAIA is this morning. Tyson Foods is this morning. Those are probably the main ones that are for this morning that are anticipated. After market closes, we've got Palantir is one of the ones that will be anticipated. Tomorrow morning, we've got PayPal and Spotify, Pepsi, Pfizer. Those will be anticipated. Merck is also there. And tomorrow afternoon will be AMD, Alphabet or Google, Snap, Chipotle. All those are tomorrow after market closes. All right. That's what's going on with that. Let's look at Adam's numbers. Adam says last night, SPX, actually ES, put in the largest gap down over a decade. Y'all hear that? It dropped down the largest gap down in over 10 years. Y'all think that's because of tariffs? Not just because of tariffs. I'm going to stick with that. That's my position and I'm sticking with it. Despite this, the levels are respecting precisely. I posted 5,900 was support, and it was overnight low, holding several times. The plan, 5,916, 5,914, 5,900 are support. They are weak now. Keeps 5,955, 5,973, 5,981 to 85 alive. If 5,900 fails, then you sell down to 5,872. The gap between ES and SPX is 35 points. XSP, if you're doing that, you've got 5.9. Actually, it's probably 592 is the call credit spread. I probably should have went higher than that. I got these backwards, I think. No, 590. This needs to be 598, not 592, because 559.81, 598. If you're trading XSP, for my XSP folks, it should be 598, not 592. Okay. Market drops and earnings on tech. I'm targeting those. Good job. Good job. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Drew. Janae says, glad he keeps the stats. Yes, it could be nothing else unless the banks know something else, which they might. Listen, people be knowing stuff. Y'all know you get into them little circles and we sitting around or we walk around the golf course or sitting around having a glass of wine on a Sunday afternoon and somebody, or Saturday night, somebody drop us a little gem and it goes from place to place, because the people who do this kind of stuff, they all hang out together. You know, birds with feather flock together. Bank heads hang out together. People who are the heads of hedge funds hang out together. They talk to each other. That's why life does that, right? We hang out with people we do the same stuff with. So that's why people who trade hang out with other traders. And when you're not, you feel uncomfortable. Like I'm with people who don't trade. What I'm supposed to talk about? Because some of the little stuff people be want to talk about, that little small talk, I don't be interested. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in none of that. Okay, we got a cover calls video. We got a cash secure puts video that I put up earlier. We got our trades list for the week is here. All of this is going to need to be revisited. Okay, you're going to have to look at these. We're going to look, well, of course, we're going to look at them as a community together this morning to make sure that we're not entering anything until you check a chart. Because this weekend, once the Peakbot watch list runs and you look at your own charts, these numbers may not be good numbers anymore. So you need to make sure that you're checking what things you like. We'll look at our watch list first thing this morning and see what we see for the week. Because, you know, we're going to wait. We don't have to rush in as sellers. Y'all know I say that all the time. Sellers don't have to rush in. I do like, though, Exxon is on the call credit spread side. It probably needs to move over to the other side. Devon Energy to the other side. I believe we've got some of these stronger folks, JP Morgan, Visa, some of these larger, stronger companies are going to, you know, do their thing. Amazon, I believe, is poised and ready. I got to check and see where is Amazon on our watch list to see what if that may give us an opportunity or something that we can work with this morning. Okay, we at 9:28, getting ready for the market to open. Hanging out inside the membership, we do have annual membership going on for Black History Month. I have it available for $9.97. Usually it's $11.64 if you pay it at $97 a month. But if you're already in the membership or you're considering joining the membership but don't want a monthly fee, just pay one time and be here with us for the whole year. If you're already in the membership and paying $97 a month, you can switch over to yearly and pay it one time and then be in good shape. Talked about SPX. We play this every afternoon and we probably going to play it again today. Yes, we're going to wait till 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we're going to see what kind of opportunities the SPX is affording us. All right, and we're going to use this same strategy and make some money again today. The SPX Playbook, spxplaybook.com. This is the money that was made last week, about $660 I made last week trading SPX. And if you could use an extra $660 something a week, come on in the room. You need to come on in the room. Right? Come on in the room so that way you can see what's the see. Let's go see SPX. It's getting ready to, the market's getting ready to open up. Let me switch us over to a chart that has some stuff here. Let me go to a 5-minute chart so we can see what we need to see. Yes. Okay. SPX, the market's going to open, I believe, in un minuto. It must have just opened. Oh no, 8 seconds. Let me turn on a chart over here. I can take away that. I can close that one. Yeah, let me close all this. So okay, yeah, we're leaving. Thank you. So I can see. I can't run the two platforms running at the same time. Get real wonky once Thinkorswim starts really running. It's like, no, what did you doing? You asking for too much? Okay, come on and slide over, sir. Looks like $59.39 is the opening price. Okay, my platform running slow. Come on. What am I on? I'm on a 30-minute candle. This should be, there we go. There's our gap down. Gap down and drop 59.37, 59.39. Let me get a little bit bigger. I hate to do a lot of manipulating with it because it'll act like it don't want to get back into position. Get into formation. Okay, let me put us a gap on here. This is where we gap down to. The gap is between 59.69 and 6,039. That's a monster sized gap. Monster sized gap. Okay. Janae says Nvidia is down below 114. Wasn't you talking last week about it below 120 or something? I think you had mentioned something about that last week, about maybe getting some at 120. See, all these dips gonna be bought up. People who are long-term buyers, people who are looking for these stocks longer term. Yep, Nvidia is at 114. Amazon is currently, all of these. This up here in the top left is my gap down. I have a gap down scanner. As soon as everything gaps down a certain percentage, it puts it on there. Y'all saw how big that gap down list was. The scanner was like, what the world? What we doing? Y'all see how Amazon recovered off this 228? Amazon recovered off that 228. Let me get us a 5-minute chart. But I do want y'all to still avoid FOMO, because you'll jump in some stuff and it'll may pop a minute, and then next thing you know, it's going in the other direction. So just, give it a little bit of a watch. Give it a little bit of a watch. But Amazon has a gap that it's going to need to fill, because it gapped down as well. Come on, tighten up so I can see. It's already going back to get its gap. This is what's left on the Amazon gap. It's going up to, the gap is at 238 is where it closed on Friday, right? Let's go look at triple Q. I like the 5-minute chart, but I may need to take it down to 15 so I can see more data at one time, because otherwise it's going to give me all these itty-bitty candles. It's going to slow down the functioning of my platform. So I'm also trying to run a live stream. Where we at though? Oh, there we go. Oh, Lord. There we go. Oh, I wanted to go to 15 minutes. Hello. Keep up. Recovering its gap too. Y'all see this? Triple Q close just above this, at this trend line. And it's now, it had a big old candle that popped back up there. I don't know if that's that. Sometimes the platform will do that and will, it really don't be where it goes. Triple Q is at 513. 50, 60, something like that. See how it recovered right off this 510, not 510. That's actually a different level. It recovered right off of this 508 level. Climbing back up. I'm not sure what happened to this candle right here, but it's got to come on back and get into that gap. IWM. Look at all these recoveries. Again, stuff don't recover unless some cash shows up. These moves back up come with cash, capitalization. It comes with money, money, money. That's how these recoveries happen. Infusion of capital. Right? 221 is where IWM currently is. It's got to go back to cover its gap up to 226. Can you show us how to do a gap scan on TOS? Yeah, I can. I will do it in one of our calls, Marcia. But I have a scanner that was created. I created to see if I have a gap down and a gap up scanner. We'll do it on one of our calls. That'll be something good for us to do. Because I like a good gap fill play. Yes, sir. Which, we're going to go and see what's what. Let's go back to SPX, see what it's doing before I get too deep in the weeds. And then I'll be like, oh, people are on a call. I'll be off and it'll be just me and what I do. And y'all will be like, what is she talking about? Or what is she? Or why is she not talking? Because I'll be doing it, won't be saying a word. Because of course, when it's just me, it'll be no talking. It's just me. Even though I do talk to myself, I consider that intelligent conversation. When I'm talking to me and me answers back, then that's intelligent conversation. Absolutely. All right. This is what's going on with SPX right now. It dipped down as low as 59.37 and it is now recovering. So if we were to really show when it opened right there, this is the dip down as low as 59.37, but it opened where we are. Right? It's got to come back up and get back into that gap. Did we look at SPY? I don't think we did. I know it'll look very similar, but let's see. I want us to go off of, let me go and change this because I want to go off of, show me the overnight. I don't want to see the overnight. DHR, Dollar General, TPR are all the gap down scanners. Y'all think TGT has gap down, seeing that they got out of the DEI business? Even though the DEI thing, I think people believe that the people who benefit from DEI is the Black people, and we're not really the major, we're not the group of people who benefit from DEI as much as Caucasian women. They think everything be benefiting us, not realizing that most of these programs that created, they're not created for Black people. They're created for other nationalities, and Black people just might get a little bit off it, but they don't be creating it for us. And that, and I said it like I meant it, because, you know, they don't be, you know, I know how to code switch as well, but we're not the primary beneficiary from DEI. We do benefit. I'm not saying we don't, but we're not the primary beneficiary. Okay, so SPY dropped down as low as 591, and it is now on the recovery mission. I bet the IV is bananas. Let me go see what the prices are looking like for some calls on SPY. SPY is probably one of the ones that is reasonably priced. Looking for Friday. Morgan Stanley gap down, Lowe's gap down. Everything gap down. It's just not, some of them are popping up on my scanner. So if you're looking at Friday on SPY, if you wanted to buy a call, you're going to spend about $500 on one. At this rate, you could probably go out the money. You can go out the money. Looks like there's good volume at 600 and pay $260. If you wanted to go a little further, you can go to 605 and pay $112. And if you do it for the week, you might even consider 2 weeks, but SPY can get back, SPY can recover 5 or 6 points in a week. You know, that's how much. Let's see, how much was the gap? The gap is from 601 to 593. Oh yeah, 10 points, 8 points. SPY can recover 8 points in a day. The ATR on the daily has to be 8. It can recover that. Even if you were being somewhat conservative, you can give it a week and still get what you want off of it, off of that. So while I'm talking about it, ain't no reason to just talk about it, right? Let's be about it. Don't just talk about it. Let's be about it. Don't just talk about it. Let's be about it. Yep. Come on, faster. Taking too long. Price will be on change like it probably did already. Oh, there we go. Okay. That was a SPY call for Friday. Give it some time. Time on my hands. What's TT? I don't think I know what that even is. Okay. Let's go see what IWM is looking like. IWM is like, hello, is it me you're looking for? Oh, it just turned green. Listen, I have a whole good old time by myself. Y'all have to know this. And listen, I can entertain myself, right? I can entertain myself. Okay, this gap goes down as low as 221.54. It's on a recovery mission as well. You know, it'll take its little time. Let's see what IWM looking like on the recovery. How big is our gap? Our gap is 221 to 226, so 5 points. I mean, when we think about the percentage, that's really not a big percentage. The gap looks monstrous. These gaps look really big, but 5% really isn't a whole lot. Oh, 2%, sorry, it's down 2%. See what we got. Open interest, volume, 225 is a strike. Well, we know it. We want 226 is where we think it's going. At least that's where it's going. 227, $92, 77% probability of being out of the money, which means there's a 20-some% probability of being in the money. Let's see what I like. 230. These deltas is too small down here. Let's see. Hold, please. Get us some put credit spreads down here. That's what we can do. What is this doing? Oh, no. Okay. What's up? Okay. I actually like 225. I don't like the 150 per se, but I think that's got the highest volume at it. 227 is good. Less than $100 as it keeps moving on up. 221.56. It is still climbing. It's starting to fall back down, isn't it? Yep. Coming right off this support. In the gap. I'm in the gap. Are y'all making comments? Because I don't see any more popping up. I don't know if that's because I just can't see them or there is no more being made. What did I say? 227? Yep. That's the one I like. All righty. What? Oh, that's a different. My Rigetti got filled. I was like, what? $10. I wish a IWM call costs $10. Okay, let's look and see what we want for coming out of here for the put credit spread. Put credit spread coming from down here, we would look at like 79%, 215. What did we say last night? 219? I think we said 219 last night. 215 puts us at 79. If you wanted 75, this is 216. Let's see. So let's go to vertical. 215 or 216. 215, 216 is paying $21. Whoop, whoop. The implied volatility is up, right? And if you want to go 215, 17, it's a little early. Okay, so just so we know, it's a little early for this. So it still needs probably a little more time to see how does some of the morning shake out, right? How does the morning shake out before we would get too deep into that? But I do want us to look at, I need a candle. Where are you? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. There we go. I need, what is that? Oh, here we go. I want to go to our Peakbot watch list. The Peakbot watch list. See what here we go. IWM showed up right off rip. 218 as the sold put strike. Ooh, this need to run another time. Yeah, it ran at 945. IWM at 218. 218. I was being gracious I was going with 215 and 214, somewhere down in there, but 218, yes. Let's be aggressive. Be aggressive. 218. Oh, a 50-cent spread paying $17. Oh my. 218 and 217 paying $30. Ooh, that's a 2-to-1. That's a 2-to-1 risk to reward. Oh yeah. That right there. We at 221. It's kind of falling. The price is falling a little bit now though. It needs to drop and fall back to a support area because we were in the 221s and now it's in 220. I'm not sure if y'all can see this up here, but now it's at 220.90. Right, is where the price is here. But 217, 218 is looking like that might be. Y'all know we like a good aggressive play. Let me see what 217 has as its probability out of the money right now. Plus or minus 6. 218 has that's 64% probably, that delta of 35. Okay, and listen, that's even aggressive for me. That's even aggressive for me. I probably would go with 217. That's a delta of 30. Because the chances of it climbing, of it being, this is what I'm saying. The chances of IWM being above 217 by Friday are very high. So that wouldn't be a bad, place. Right. This is 29 delta. If you 25 delta would be 216. That's where I was before. 216 would be a 25 delta. Yes, it all depends. You said we cheering and singing. It's all depends. So all depends on how aggressive you want to be. I got the cheer. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Taya, you funny girl. So anyway, it does show that it's low risk though. This is what we use. This is what we use for determining our strikes, right? Triple Q is also bullish. Low risk, 506 as a strike. But now they're widening the spread pretty far. You see 218 to 211. With that wide of a spread, you got a little room at that 218 mark, which is why I would go a little further down. Gold is bullish. I saw somebody mentioning earlier that gold was something to be really looking at in these tariff streets. SPY is on the list, low. But the probability of profit is right around 70%. I try to get us in the ones that are at least 75. Like VU is here, it's got at least 75% probability of profit. That's a 12.5 spread. That's a little big, real wide for what I would want to put on one trade. We've got what else is down here on our list? Triple M, no. Walmart, bullish, but it's turned red. That was on we had this one. Walmart and V was on our list for the week. Anything neutral, XLE, Microsoft is neutral. Microsoft, they fooling up. Microsoft tripping. We traded them a few weeks and Microsoft still they not acting right, but they are on the neutral list still. It might be worth a look-see. What are you doing? Might be worth a look-see. Right? Who asked us to look at now the other day? Exxon is here as a bearish. Low still shows bearish. Procter Gamble. I try to keep us in the low area so we can not be, risking it all. Let's see if we can find now here. I think it was Valerie. Was it Valerie that asked us to look at now yesterday? Is it even on Hills? It don't look like it's even on the list. Now isn't even on the list. Microsoft. Yeah. Oh, Royal Diadem. Okay, that was me. Yes, that was me, Val. Got you. Okay, now I can connect Val and Royal Diadem. Hey, Val. Okay, so let's go look at Microsoft. We'll look on our chart at Microsoft. Right? Look at Microsoft. Come on. Still on the 15-minute chart. Gap down, but it almost filled its whole gap back up. Price ran back up to fill the gap. It closed here, and well, I don't know if I like it like that. Choom, choom, choom. Microsoft closed at 442, opened back up at 418. It's a pretty big gap. It filled the gap from that last candle close. Oh no, that's a bigger gap. That was the gap from the other day. And then now you've got the gap from Friday, which that one is basically filled. There's a little bitty bit that it still has this little bitty thing down here. That's the gap down from yesterday. So Microsoft, let's see what we have for some support here. 406 is support. 411, which is currently around where it currently is, Right at 412 is some support. It's got some gaps above it. Let's see what kind of interesting stuff. If we went with 70, we could probably go with 80% down to 400. Go down to 400 for 80% probability out of the money. And we can go up to 425 if you wanted. 425 for 82% probability out of the money. If you wanted to get a little closer, you could do 422. But let's see, 400 and 425. Let's see what kind of money. If we wanted 400, that's paying $38, $40 at this point. That's about 15% return. And 425 is paying another $40. So $80 to take in on a 2.5 spread. Means you're going to leverage 170. $80 is about 30% return on that. And the gap at the top, well, the gap was what, 440, I think I said? The gap from the other day. We did our, about halfway through this gap is probably where it'll fill. That puts us at like the 430 mark. Generally, it feels about halfway, pulls back, and then goes some more. We've got a implied volatility of 11 for Friday. We add 11 to this, we're at 423. And if we looked at 425, we'd be beyond that. All righty. Microsoft, get the side eye. I know, right? Don't it, though? Don't it, though? Okay, let's go check SPS. I'm liking that. I'm going to look at some, I'm going to look, because Microsoft was on the low list, wasn't it? Didn't we just say Microsoft was on the low? On our low watch list. Yep, neutral and low. I might go on 72% probability of profit. They got 405 as the call side. I need to see the rest of that. They got 405 for the call side, and I need to slide to the right. I need you to slide. Oh, yeah. So I can see the other strike. Can't see it right now. Okay. I'll make sure that we look at it for the community. All righty. We changed up the month changed. So the calendar, this month, we're talking about the bullish engulfing. If you don't have a calendar, you need to go on and get one. Okay. You need to go on and get you a calendar. It's a resource. It's not just the calendar. I showed you the top sheet here, and this is for every month. There's a different candle pattern that we're using, and that bullish engulfing is a great reversal symbol. You need to go ahead and get it, bit.ly/MELINSP. The membership, open, right? Open, E2T-membership or educatortotrader.com. You can go ahead and grab a hold to the membership and come on in here and trade with us, especially in these tumultuous times. In these times, you definitely need a savior, but you also need somebody who can coach and help teach you about and train you and guide you as you are trading in these, volatile streets. This is the kind of stuff you need somebody you can ask questions and lean on, and somebody who at least is going to be there with you to help you operate and help you maneuver all that's going on. Okay. The option seller bundle is available, includes everything that we teach. Basically, all of our strategies are there. And here we go to the declaration. Right? I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my accounts growing steadily. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen, amen. All righty, everybody. We're coming upon 10 o'clock. Generally, this is where our 10 o'clock turnaround happens. So, you know, you see what happens when folks jump off and start going first thing, and then things turn a bit. Let's keep your eye on what's happening. Again, we're going to trade what we see, as we always do. We're trading what we see. Looks like SPX is red on the day. That, of course, could change over whenever it decides. Come on. That last candle is the daily candle. This is what we're working on. Opened here and traded down. Let's see what SPY's got going before we. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at something that y'all can't see. Let me make sure that y'all can see too. There we go. That SPY, that last candle. This is the daily chart I'm looking at. Come on back here. There we go. With doji-inch, but this could clearly and easily turn into a green day where it goes back into that gap a little bit more. That's what's happening with SPY. This is what's happening on triple Q. I don't know why I always have to reset it to a larger size. That is so irritating. And I don't know how to fix that on Thinkorswim. So I just have to put up with it, I guess. Come on, we're trying to see triple Q. There it is. Triple Q's doji green. It's at 513 right now. And IWM. It's also green. There we go. Slowly but surely, we'll get it in place. These are all daily candles, so I want you to see what the day is looking like so far. And this is what the day is looking like with IWM. For those who are in my community, I'll keep an eye on what happens during the day. Y'all can look for me to start putting some stuff in there, maybe about 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock. Don't think we'll put us up in there too soon. And we'll definitely be on our call this afternoon with SPX, and we'll talk about that whole gap scanner thing as well. All right, Val. Okay, everybody. I want you to do two things today. Well, three things. I want you to watch what's going on, trade what you see. I want you to stay green and get this money. All righty. I'll see you, everybody. Goodbye. Bye-bye, everyone.